Want to edit videos professionally and have all the confusions going to the mind as to how can I learn video editing? How should I start? Which software should I use? How long will it take me to learn? Will I be able to create professional videos or not? How expensive will it all be? Well, don't worry. We will address all your confusions. But first, you must ask a question to yourself. What is the easiest and the least expensive way to professionally edit a video? Sounds ridiculous. The first thought that is coming to the mind is that there is no such way. Am I right? Well, I had also thought so in the beginning. When I started editing video, I too started with a proper laptop and high-end softwares like Adobe Illustrator, After Effects and Premiere Pro. But soon, I realized that it is just a waste of time, money and efforts. Until and unless you are making a Hollywood movie. Let me explain why I am saying so. When you start using a laptop and some bulky and complex softwares, you encounter some issues, such as portability of device. PCs are not at all portable, but laptops are. But they lag far behind the tablets and the phones. Complexities of the softwares. Premiere Pro, After Effects, Adobe Illustrator are hugely gigantic softwares and confusingly complex too. So if you are a complete beginner, then you will be left with two options. Either learn these softwares by attending some paid courses offline, or learn through some free paid courses on YouTube or other learning platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, Lynda, etc. Now you will ask me, isn't attending online or offline course a good choice? Well, yes also and no also. Yes if you are making movies, and no if you are making any video other than movies. Because understanding these high-end softwares requires patience and time. You will have to simultaneously do the practice of whatever you have learned to see whether you are able to achieve the desired results or not, and what problems are you facing while doing so. One thing to note here is that the time it will take to understand the software is another thing, and the problems you will face while editing the video is a completely different thing. For example, suppose you encounter a red frame issue, in which a part of the video becomes red. So to solve this issue, you will have three options. Either ask your teacher, or search online, that is YouTube, Google, etc. or try figuring out yourself. In any case, you will lose time solving the issue, and you will stay frustrated until the problem gets solved. This is one problem. The problems you can encounter have no counting, because you are handling a highly complex software, and whenever anything has complexities, then it comes with its own set of problems. The more complex a mechanism is, the more problems you will face. The simplistic the mechanism is, the lesser the problems you will face. Another issue that may come your way is money. You will need a good quality laptop or PC if you are working with Premiere Pro or After Effects level softwares, as these are bulky softwares and shows laggy behavior if the laptop or PC is not of a superior quality. So the money not only goes into the buying of softwares, but also in the device. On the contrary, if you learn the art of editing videos with phone and free apps, then the investment is literally zero. Now you must be thinking, okay, I get all your points, but I still feel that a phone cannot compete with a laptop for video editing. Well, it can compete. In fact, the video that you are watching right now is made 100% on the phone. Making it on a phone was 1000 times easier and faster than on any laptop or PC. So I have an app called InShot. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so we can trim the clip, change the aspect ratio, add audio, we can add customized text and animate it. Moreover, we can add stickers and images and animate them in the same way as text. Let's make a clip using this app. So we will first prepare the objects that we will be using in the video. For this I will be using the Phonto app. First I will create a plain orange image. For that I will click on this camera icon, choose plain image, then a white template and click on color to choose orange color and click on use. Then I will export this image to my camera roll. Similarly, I will create a plain wallet image and export it too. Now I will be making a line. For that I will first go to add item, add a rectangle and change its width and height and save it to camera roll. Lastly, I will make some number bullets. For that I will go to add item, a circle and then click anywhere on the image and add text. Then I'll write the number, adjust its position and customize the circle accordingly. Then save it to the camera roll. Now I will replace the number with 2 and 3 and save it too. Now we will be erasing the background of the lines and bullets image so that we can use it in the InShot app. For this I am using the background eraser app. First we will import the image and then click on the background and save it to the camera roll. The last object we will be requiring is an iPhone vector, which I have already downloaded from freepik.com and saved it into my Files app. Now we will upload this PSD file to Adobe Creative Cloud in order to edit in Photoshop Mix. We will now open Photoshop Mix and click on Image, then Creative Cloud, and then click on Open and Extract as Layers. Now we will choose the desired layers. And then merge the layers and move the object in the center. I have aligned it in center so that when I animate it in InShot, it animates from the center. Finally, I will save this to the camera roll. Now we are done with making of the objects and will now animate it in the InShot app. First of all, I have imported a plain green image, which I have created in the Phonto app. Now I will import the plain wallet image and position it diagonally. Similarly, we will import the orange image and the line and adjust them too. Now I will add some text and customize it a bit. Adding animations to the layers. Copying the text layer and repositioning it. Let's look at the clip. Okay, so the layers needs to be adjusted.
copying the background layer. Now let's add the iPhone vector. Adjust its position and animate it. Similarly, we will add other elements to the clip, that is text, lines and bullets. Let's preview the clip. Let's export it. Now we will add the screen recording to the video. So this is a screen recording I have recorded using the iPhone screen recorder. We will first crop it in the CropMob app. Now let's add it into the main video. For that we will open the Wind app and we will import both the clips . And adjust the starting point of the screen recording . Change the position and size of the screen recording clip . And fade in and fade out. Finally, we will export the clip. So our clip is ready.
First of all, suppose we want to make this video. So the objects that will make up the video are violet image, orange image, a line, an iPhone vector, and number bullets. Pro tip: the fastest way to make a video is to first assemble the objects that will appear in the video. You will be able to do this only when you have planned how your video should look like. Now we have jotted down the objects, and the next step is their making. Here I have used the Fonto app to make the objects, and hence created the violet image, orange image, the line, and the number bullets. Now here comes the tricky part, that is the iPhone vector. A little background to vectors is that editing vectors is usually done by big and bulky softwares like Adobe Illustrator. As vector consists of layers, and editing these layers is a complex task, hence needs a high-end software to handle. Now talking about editing vectors on phone, there are almost no reliable methods except one or two. And the one which I find as the most reliable is using Adobe Creative Cloud and Photoshop Mix app. So I first downloaded the iPhone vector file from freepik.com and saved it into my Files app. You cannot open the file directly from Photoshop Mix, so we have to first upload the file to Adobe Creative Cloud. Then we will open this in Photoshop Mix. Photoshop Mix is not as pro as Illustrator, but it gets the job done. After opening Photoshop Mix, we will choose the PSD file and select the desired layers, that is the iPhone, the home button, and the black dots. This will import the layers and put them over each other. Now we can edit the layers separately, but since in this example no editing was required, so I just merged down the layers to move the entire image in the center. Note: this center alignment is quite important, because if I don't do so, then the pop-in animation will start from the side of the iPhone, like this, instead of starting from the center of the iPhone, like this. One more thing to note is that I have not imported the background layer of this iPhone. And the reason I have not done so is that if I will import the background layer, then it will look like this after importing in InShot, instead of looking like this. Now I will save the iPhone vector to the camera roll. Next step is erasing the background of the lines and bullets image, and the reason for doing so is the same as that of iPhone vector. To erase the background, I have used the background eraser app. The process is simple. Import the image, click the background, increase the threshold if the color is still left, and finally save it to the camera roll. Repeat the same process with the bullets. The final step is adding the screen recording to the video. Here I have used the iPhone screen recorder to record the screen. But the problem with it is that it has a red stripe over it, which looks quite unprofessional. So to remove it, I have used
the CropMov app. Now the screen recording is ready and we need to put it over to the main video. For that, I am using the Wind app. We basically have to put the screen recording over to the iPhone. So I chose the screen recording to start at the time of iPhone popping in. Then I adjusted its size and position and applied fading effect, and finally saved it to the camera roll.
In the video, I have used the iPhone vector and few graphics. The way you use vectors and graphics depends upon you and your creativity. There is literally no limit of being creative with vectors and graphics. An hint to the vastness of these two is that if you take a look at freepik.com or any other vector providing site, then you will understand that there are vectors available for almost every possible situation we could think of. From office to hospital to solar system, there is no end at all. And the best part is that these are editable, hence we can remove or modify any object from the picture according to our requirement. Isn't it amazing? Now, coming to graphics, earlier in this course, I talked about the Fonto app. This app is very useful for making graphics. You can add shapes, bubbles, designs, text, and images. You can also stylize text or do layered editing. And if you want to go a step further, then you can merge the vectors with the graphics, which will further enhance your craft. The thumbnail of this course was also made with this technique.